Virgil van Dijk, I've given him an 8. I've tried
left room for improvement, have you,
Yeah,
Paul?
I've tried not to get carried away because I think he's been good and I think he's improved massively. But I don't think we've seen the absolute best of him. I think this time next year we'll be talking about a 9 or 10 season out of him because I think there's more. I think he needs to be more dangerous in the opposition box. I think I think there's a couple of moments where he's just a little bit too complacent, and that's kind of his game. Look, I mean, we go a goal down against Man City away in the Champions League because he just makes a poor decision. Yeah. If that's in the Champions League final, we're probably crucifying him for being the reason why we've conceded the goal. He's lucky that we don't really think about that because of the way the game ultimately went for us. I've got no real criticisms of his performance, more that look, he'd not played basically half a season. We got him up to speed. Scores on his debut in the derby. Great, 11 all day long. But yeah, he's been sound, and a little bit. This is probably tempered by if Danny Ings or Lallana, is it? Oh, I can't remember who. Firmino, I think actually against Swansea. He could have had 2 assists against Swansea, and we could have won that game. Yeah. And that maybe those are contributing factors. But no, I think he's been good. I think 8 is a very, very good mark for him personally. But I would expect him to improve next season. What about you?
I've given him a 9 for all the reasons that you said. I don't disagree with any of them. I think that's the way that he is. I think he can improve. I think he will improve. I think it's been bloody impressive what he's been able to do after, Jurgen Klopp's said so many times, or we've heard his opinions on this so many times, that he likes to have players, he likes to implement them in the system. There wasn't really any time for that with Virgil van Dijk to come in after not playing, after training with the under-23s for Southampton, to come in and own the defence, first of all, put in the performances as well. I've been massively impressed with that. He's improved everybody's level along the back line, and that's probably why I think I've given him an extra mark, not for his performance, but because he's ultimately maybe gets an 8 and he gets an extra mark for elevating everybody else.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, no, to be fair, that's a good point. I've given him an 8 because I agreed with you. I think, because he's played half a season, I think, if he'd played the way he has since January, maybe for the full season, if he'd joined us in the summer, then I probably would have given him a 9 or 10. But yeah, I think there's more to come from him. Took a bit of time to gain his fitness. From that point on, he was excellent.
Yeah, so. I really like that point about the half a season thing, because I think, again, so many players who've come good in the back half of the season, but they've been kept under wraps by Klopp for the first couple of months and trained and worked into the side, and then broke the way in. He just dropped him in and went, go ahead.
Exactly,
and we were great off the back. What did you give him, James?
9. He's just hard, isn't he? He's boss. Like, he's so good. I love him, me. Like, I know it's only been half a season and all fantastic. That malarkey. I love him so much. And I think he's going to be so good for this club. Touch wood.
I mean, he already is.
Yeah. He's belter. Yeah. And he's made that back 5 his own. Yeah. He's the leader of that back 5. I could see him being captain of Liverpool, really.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay, I'm going to go to the player of the defence I've given the highest rating to this season.
Robbo, then.
Andy Robertson. I've given him a big 8.5.
I'm going to argue with that.
Ooh. She's arguing.
Not with the rating, with the player that you've given the highest in the defence.
Okay, cool. And a lot of this, I think, is the opposite of what you said about Joel Matip. Mm-hmm. It's the expectation to performance thing.
Yeah.
Even after he played a handful of games in the mid-season, when he finally broke into the team after Moreno went, I still thought his level is what it is. I thought he was another. We talk about Mignolet and we talk about these players who are he's Premier League quality, but I don't think he's Champions League quality. Well, he went to the Champions League final and he was absolutely imperious at left back for us. So I maybe a 9's probably slightly fairer. If he does that, if he plays exactly like he played in the back half of the season, all season, then. That could be a 9 or 10 performance from a left back, in my opinion. He started to add assists to his game in the last couple of months as well, which is a big thing. He'd have probably had a couple more, if not for a bit of luck or a bit of bad refereeing. So no, I went 8.5. Chris,
I went 8.5, and now I've just upped it to a 9. I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I
man,
think that's fair.
Yeah,
you're feeling good. What about an 8.7 or an 8.2?
9.02.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Emma?
Well, I actually had him down as an 8, but I didn't realise we were doing, the 0.5 game. So I'm going to move it to 8.5. Because, as you've seen, I've been quite harsh. So my 9s and 10s I only give out to royalty. So he's not quite, the king. But he's been excellent. If he'd played first half of the season, he would have been a 9.
Okay. James?
9.1.
Wow.
Slightly better than Van Dijk. But boss, but not much better. You're on it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
He's like a...
on it.
Nah.
On it, lads.
This is what...
I mean, I'm not on it. I've given
This is
him
me
an 8.5.
explaining behind it. I'm not trying to be controversial, by
No,
the way,
no.
because I know you don't like the 9.1 malarkey
No,
and all. But
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, it's not to annoy you. It's just, it's because I think he's been slightly the best. Oh, boss.
Has he actually
He's
written
never got me
9.1?
off. He's
He's not written that, but you've written that.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I've made
on,
half
Jay.
of mine up.
It's not too hard, you know. I mean, I've just decided it's 9.1 on
no,
the spot.
but listen,
Yeah.
this is me explaining behind it. He's like a kid at a park. He runs for fun, and then like he just gets stuck in, and
I think
he
you should do
just
that again, by the way, that little running thing.
runs for fun.
Someone gets that
stuck
for us,
in.
that'd be amazing.
Climbs a tree.
Climbs the trees. Honestly, I think he would if that was in football.
Yeah.
He probably does it anyway. He does look like the kind of lad. He'd be
Yeah.
like, is Andy here? We're going to go off to a big players too. He's like, no, he's in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
never
up a
got
tree
me.
in the
Going
park.
down the slide. Whee!
He's never got me off my feet more than when he played against Everton in the FA Cup, and he just legged it from our goal to their goal, and then like so close to getting the ball. Honestly, I was like, "Go ahead, Robbo, lads!" And it was just boss.
Yeah, no,
so good.
He's been absolutely tremendous.
He's amazing.
Absolutely tremendous. I've got, I think he's been great. I can't speak highly enough of
Can we
him.
talk about the real best defender now?
Ooh,
Which is Trent Alexander-Arnold,
Hey,
Okay.
in my opinion. So he's got my first 9, and I think he's only one of 2 players, maybe 3, who I've given a 9. And there is a 10, obviously. I just think he's a 19-year-old kid from West Derby. In his breakthrough season, was arguably one of our best players in the Champions League final, and he was world class. He made Sané look like an extremely average player, and he's a 19-year-old kid. Like I just can't. He's been absolutely outstanding. I think maybe the fact that he is a homegrown player, I've given him higher than Robbo. But what a story. And the fact he's been called up for the World Cup has just absolutely topped off his season. I don't think I've been happier to see a player get called up for England. I genuinely think he deserves every accolade and every honour he's got this season.
Brilliant. James, what did you give him?
9 as well. The fact he's like 2 years older than me, and I compare my life to his, and the fact he's playing Champions League finals and I'm playing on FIFA with him.
Yeah.
Just shows the difference.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're on it.
That's fair enough.
But he's boss. Really good. Really good player. What he does, he does well. And and again, I can see him being our right back next season. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Chris?
8.5. I think I can't forget the games where he did make those mistakes. You know what I mean? The Man United game, I thought he was poor, but the best thing about him is he's learned from it and he's improved every time he's made mistakes, and that just tells you about what the character of the lad is. And I just think he's got so much more that, like, how I've evaluated him this season, I've given him an 8.5. But he could go to like 10s and 11s. I think he's got that much potential
Oh, yeah.
that I've got no idea what this lad can achieve in the
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Like, I just think you never know. And this is a huge amount of praise because he's one of my all-time favourite players. But the length of time that Maldini was able to do it at AC Milan, I think he's got the potential to have that type of a career. And he's one of my favourite players of all time, Paolo Maldini, one of the greatest defenders of all time. I don't know where the ceiling is for
Liverpool
him.
are crying out for, and there's no accident that Liverpool sustained where they were for so long for having Carragher and Gerrard. Being able to have 2 lads who just live and breathe the club, and they're just not going anywhere. Obviously Gerrard had a few wobbles, but it just means you've got 2 first team places you don't have to buy for. You don't have to stress about they're just sorted. Chelsea had it with John Terry and to a certain extent Frank Lampard as well. They're just there having that talent that just belongs to your football club regardless. We desperately need to have that, and I think the best teams all have at least one of those type of players. And you're right, we could have that. He could spend his whole career, and if he spends his whole career, you could be talking at like 16 more years of Trent Alexander-Arnold playing for Liverpool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's true what you
Mental.
say there, because if you were to personify Liverpool Football Club, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold.
All that being said, I'll give him 7.5.
What? This is a travesty. I mean, I'm tempted to get up and walk out of the show.
Look, I can't
That's
forget.
awful.
Look, I know, and I could be convinced maybe to up it, but because I think you've all made very compelling arguments there. I don't disagree with a single word that's been said about him. The only thing that is, I think Joe Gomez was our best right back for the first half of the season. I think he was our best right back for the back half of the season, and as a result, it is what it is. It's not, again, I don't think 7.5 is a criticism of Trent Alexander-Arnold.
No.
I think I think if you balanced his season out, I think his high points have been he's had a few 9 performances, and he's had a few 5 and 6 performances, and I think he's levelled out to being one of our really good performers on the season, and he's 19 years old. Again, where do you go? Where'd you go from there? I can't give him a 9 or a 10 because I think Robertson's had I think Robertson's been more consistent. I don't think Andy Robertson's had a bad game for us this season, but again, not a criticism. He's 19 years old. I could maybe be convinced to go to an 8, but we're splitting hairs over half a point here.